I'm sure you've all had the opportunity to sit in a theater and watch a live play or a musical, but as you're watching the play, did you ever wonder what went into the creation of the characters, the sets, the production as a whole? Allow me to explain the process, from the casting to the rehearsals to the excitement of opening night. Now, I had the opportunity to be part of the tech crew for a local youth community theater group. And as part of the tech crew, I attended practices, so I got to see how this whole process worked firsthand. And let me tell you, it takes a lot of hard work and dedication. Now, the first process, and the most important, is casting. And this is where auditions come in. A person auditioning for a play will read a monologue of their choice. And this gives the artistic director an idea of the personality of each cast member. Now, after the audition and after the cast is set, they're given scenes from the play to read, so they can figure out which cast member has a good fit with which character. Sometimes a person auditioning for a certain character doesn't always get the part because of, well, again, a personality conflict. And then comes the fun part, rehearsals. Memorizing lines, learning cues, and practice, and more practice. Cast members are given their scenes to rehearse, and this is a copy of a script, and they're given their scenes to rehearse, and the artistic director will go through scene by scene with the cast members to get them familiar with their lines and their cues. Now, for the choreography, it's up to the choreographer to decide what type of dance is needed in which scene, and it's added as the play is being rehearsed. A play isn't learned one consecutive scene at a time. There are different scenes with the same characters, but they have to be rehearsed separately and then put together as a whole. Props and costumes are an important part of any play or musical. They give the audience an even better idea of what the story is about, and it enhances the acting being done on stage. Now, I had to read the script as part of the tech crew. I had to read the script, and I had to write down a list of the props, and I had to collect those props so we had them ready to go for the dress rehearsals and for the actual play. And this just so happens to be part of the costume that was used in the scene of the three little pigs in the show Into the Woods. And as you can tell, I'm a pig. Now, the tech and the stage crew are just as important as the cast and the directors. The stage crew has to watch the actors on stage and make sure that they know where to put the sets and what props are needed for which specific scenes. The tech crew can consist of the stage lighting operator, spotlight operator, sound manager, anything having to do with the technicals. Tech Week is very important. This is actually the last week before opening night, and this is where everything comes into play. It's mandatory for the casting crew to be at the rehearsals, to go through a dry run of the entire play, and that includes a dress rehearsal in full costume, because some cast members are actually different characters in the play, so they have to run backstage, change costumes, and then get back ready for the next scene, and it all has to do with timing. And it's going over music cues, lighting cues, prop and set cues, even spotlight cues. And it's also the time when the last of the sets are being built. And then it's opening night. I have a copy here of a program, which is usually given to the audience members, and it gives a synopsis of the play. It gives a list of the cast members, and it also gives a list of the crew members. And it serves as a nice little souvenir for the audience member. And after the last line is read, after the last spotlight is turned off, comes the finale. And this is where the entire cast comes together on stage to perform their final dance number. And again, a lot of practice, a lot of hard work, but in the end, it's just amazing. Now, after having the experience of working as part of the tech crew on the production of a musical for the local youth community theater group and seeing how the process works, I now have a greater respect for the hard work and dedication that it takes by the directors, cast, and crew to put on such a production. Thank you.